and this is an episode of Cruise Control.
Yo.
Me and Luke gonna play some Shadow of the Colossus.
Yeah. Cameron had the idea to let me play, but I declined because I've never played. I never played Shadows, and I plan on getting it because I got a PlayStation 2, but I want to play it on my own time to get the full story.
Yeah, and I'll probably I don't want Luke to like see stuff, then it'll ruin the game for him.
I've seen up to the first 3 Guardians.
Yeah, so that's probably as far as we'll go, but we probably won't even get that far tonight. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but I'll probably try to get someone else for later on, just to save Luke the excitement of playing this for the first time. Because when that hits home for me, because when I was a kid, I totally ruined this game for myself. Of course, at the time I didn't think so, but I had a strategy guide, so I basically read up on how to beat every Colossus before I went in there and fought it, and I never forgot. If they invented a memory erasing device, I would probably do that first.
On another note, I call them Guardians. We were looking up stuff on the last Guardians. I meant to say Colossus. Sorry about that.
It's fine, don't worry about it. And, well, what's that he's got on his horse? Looks like a dead girl.
Yes.
So I'm assuming some people watching this will have not played this before. First of all, how could you? Second of all, I'm gonna try to explain stuff as best I can. And I'm probably sort of qualified for it because I played this game a few times, to say the least.
It's good because I'll probably need some explaining. First question. I've always stuck to calling the guy the Stranger, I believe, is what I've been told. Does he do you learn?
He has a name. They never tell you his name in the game, but same for the Colossi. They have names that the developers gave them, but they never tell you in the game.
Yeah.
The character's name is Wander, because originally the game's protagonist was going to be a female, and the game was going to be called Wanda and the Colossi, or something like that. And they, I guess, last minute decided, hey, it's going to be a boy, and we're totally unimaginative with the name. Just put an R on the end. Wander. That's a boy's name, right? Totally.
Kill with it. And these are all the Colossus.
Yeah. And like I said, all the Colossi have a name too, but I didn't even know this until years later. Oh, I have the Ico symbol on the horse still. That happens if you have a, well, people will say it's Eco, and it probably is Eco, but I say Ico, so Ico. I have,
I'm gonna go with you. I'm pretty sure it's Ico.
Oh, I'm wrong. I just like the way it sounds. But yeah, I have a memory of that on the memory card, so it gives me the Ico symbol on the horse head. Sorry if that drives anyone crazy, but fuck you.
Tell him straight.
I picked up a thing or two from Doug, so. So he has lady friend. He gonna put her on the pedestal, whatever you call it. Yeah.
Your children are here. Okay, no, just thought.
The music in this game's great.
You go on to say the music's great, and then you decide to do that.
Exactly. And I don't think this is a real language that they're speaking.
Is this a real language?
The subtitles are in English, but they're going like. Although if that is real language, I sound like an asshole.
It sounds pretty close, if it's not.
Yeah.
So kudos to the people who.
I don't think it's
kudos to
that.
developers if this isn't real. It sounds authentic, but if it is real, then.
Like at first thought, it's easy to make up a language, but you know when you get into like details and like rules and all that stuff, like language is actually pretty complicated.
Yeah.
My dad could probably vouch for that, and that's why Tolkien is a badass. The person who wrote the Lord of the Rings books, he was actually a linguistics expert or whatever. So he invented all those languages.
Like the people of Skyrim and the dragon language, too.
Yeah. So that's why they like to flaunt people speaking in Elvish in the movies and stuff, just like full conversations. It's like they might as well, because it was in the book, and he went to the trouble of inventing languages for it, so... What up? Aggro my horse. My shadow peeps. Wait, what are they doing here? Oh, shadow people. So yeah, the masky dude was explaining, hey, this is a forbidden place. No one goes there, ever. And that's what this kid did. He went there, to the forbidden place, with his dead girl. And a magic sword. He's a magic.
I'm really tempted to call the mask Majora.
I'm curious to see if I have extra stuff. Because I think I beat all the characters in Time Attack. So I might have... No. I don't think I should. No. Because I'm going to be... It's a new game. So that's that. Never mind. Yeah, if you do Time Attack stuff, you unlock weapons that you can use in the campaign. In the story mode.
Do they hold any certain advantages or anything?
Yeah. A lot, actually. For instance, there's a cloak that can make you invisible.
Okay.
There are explosive arrows. In normal mode and hard mode, you get different items, so I wish it kind of carried over, because I like flash arrows, but they're only in normal mode. They're like the coolest thing you can get in that. But in hard mode, you can get harpoons, which is basically giant spears that you can like chuck into people. It's freaking sweet. I love it. Yo, Dorman, I got a lady. She needs to be alive, and she's not. How am I supposed to love her if she's dead?
I love that in games when it's one voice, but it's like talking as a collective.
Yeah.
Saying
We are legion.
woman.
You bring her back. She's kind of hot, and I like her.
You laugh at me, Dorman?
That maiden soul? What would you do with a maiden like that? I have maidens 10 times better than that wherever I am.
First thing now.
Shut up, Dorman. Interesting thing about Dorman, though, it's like most people would assume he's like, well, he's obviously gonna be the bad guy. It's like, well, you'll see, you know? This is gonna be spoiler-free.
Yeah, I don't like getting into spoilers.
I'm gonna try. I might let one slip.
Spoilers is never fun. Like, I plan on doing Wolf Among Us when I get my stuff. And I've already gone through a playthrough once on the Xbox, but I have it on Steam as well.
Yeah.
And I plan to do the complete opposite of what I would with Xbox. But I'm not going to spoil anything. I don't plan to.
I burped. That's not spoiling anything, is it?
No, does Wander burp at all?
No. Oh, I got gas in the Forbidden Land of all places. Don't you hate that when you get gas in like a place where it's really not okay to get gas? It's just like, oh, I'm in a movie. What am I gonna do?
I think, well, in a movie, if the movie's loud enough, I don't think anyone's gonna know.
That's true, but yeah, I guess that's not a great example. But like, you're taking a test or something.
I'd say the worst. It would be either a test in church, would be worse, or
would like a priest get mad at you if you farted in a church or something? You're like, this is God's house.
I think. Well, I mean, like, I think a lot of people in the church would probably be able to handle it, like, not like chuckle at the mere thought of it. But granted, the kids, the moment they hear that, they would chuckle, and it would just ruin the whole atmosphere.
Yeah, but it's kind of funny because if God made you that way, then you fart.
Well, you know, how about we dump it into religion?
Yeah, we won't. But I final comment. That's funny.
one of the worst ones though, a bus.
A bus.
That would that would stick.
In a place where you're stuck right next to strangers, you have to fart. So I guess the elevator too, but that's cliche.
Yeah.
All right, so we're playing now. I didn't want to skip any of that. That's gonna eat away at the time in this episode, but whatever, you know.
Keeping cutscenes and all that.
Yeah, I mean, the story's important, especially for a game like this, where there's not a lot to most of the gameplay. It's sad seeing my stamina meter that low. Alright. Oof. Yeah, we're not playing a HD re-release on PS3 either. This is
original.
This is PS2 copy.
Original PS2.
Okay, so bow, sword. Said that wrong. Let's use my sword to shoot the enemies while I stun them with my bow light. I don't know.
You don't do that?
Whoosh. Go that way. La 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 la. This direction, aggro. Yeah, I like doing horse tricks.
I always like how you stand on the horse. It's just like, oh, it's the light.
Do I want fruit?
What does fruit do?
I think it increases my health bar.
I should also say this. From what I did see, it was all main story stuff, so I didn't see any secrets if there were any.
There aren't really.
Or anything like this. I did not see any of this.
Oh, funny you mentioned secrets. There's like a whole community of people. Since this game, I'm trying to remember how you pick things up. Okay, circle. This game, basically, you're in this big open spot.
Yeah.
This world. There's only 16 places that you need to go to. The rest of it is completely optional to explore. And, you know, that would drive you crazy. Like, you know, what is everywhere else? There's got to be something, right? And you explore, and you don't really find a whole lot, except for, like, cool scenery. You know, like, really pretty places. It's like, yeah, that's cool. But a lot of people just can't accept that there's nothing there. And me being one of them for the longest time, I played this and just looked for secrets. You know, there's got to be something hiding out there. And there are cool things that people find. A lot of it involves game breaking, though. Like, in the actual game, there's not a whole lot. Unless you let it just, like, exploring for the sake of exploring.
I mean, like, the thing with that, though, like, the thought that's going in my head is that they took the time to, even though there's only 16 areas, and you still have so much more to explore, they took the time to put in the beautiful scenery, instead of just putting an invisible wall.
That takes dedication, but, like, they probably could have done a lot more if they wanted to. There are a lot of closed-off areas, just from, like, canyons and stuff, or, like, places that it looks like you could get to, and then you find out it's like, oh, there's, like, a thing blocking the way. It's like, well, that's too bad. And stuff like that also drives me crazy, because if you're looking for secrets, it's like, there's got to be a way to get there.
That, like, some games they do that, right? And some games, it does drive me crazy. Like, with Fallout, there's always, everywhere you go, it's not even like, it's like, they put the stuff there to block you from a direct path. I understand why they do that. Oh god,
the downtown area just.
But it's so stupid. It's just like, here's a pile of rubble that you could clearly climb up if you so wanted to.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just like, no, we're gonna make an invisible wall there.
Alright. It's like, haha, take the subways. Which one? We'll never tell.
And I mean, I understand the reason for doing it, but it's just like, Jesus Christ. I swear to God.
What's this? What's this? Is it a bunny? Is it a little bunny rabbit? Oh, it's a big bunny!
I'm gonna name him.
What's up, big fuzzy bear? Oh, he's got little birdies! He's got little birdie friends! Let's go say hi to him. Funny thing about this fight, he won't even notice you unless he turns around or you shoot him or whistle. And he's just kind of like walking around. Oh, thought I had my bow equipped. Hey, bitch!
You gotta get that sword equipped, man.
Yeah, it's fine.
Didn't notice what I did there?
Going in. Was that a sexual thing?
No, it was a joke at what you did earlier. The whole sword.
Oh, right. I did that. I said that. Oh, okay, and I gotta remember, playing on hard mode here. So, he's gonna be a little harder. I don't know if this actually is gonna help me at all. This is kind of fun. Oh, dodge. Alright, enough messing around. Ooh, shaky. Shaky cam. Get down, you punk. Yeah, you gotta hold R1 during his cutscenes, otherwise he'll let go. Kind of a learning curve. Although they designed it well, because if you let go there, since it's a level platform, it won't actually affect you as much. So you can figure that out without consequence.
They don't give you a tutorial. They don't give you a tutorial on anything.
This is the tutorial.
Yeah, you just have to learn from the get-go.
Yep. First guy is pretty easy though.
Yeah. Easy practice. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can usually catch yourself. I was trying to do a jump stab. Didn't work. Because if you stab upon landing,
You do more damage.
it instantly does a full charge of damage. It's just really hard to land with on these wriggly things. Whoops, actually hit it again. Okay, so I'm much better at climbing than I am at stabbing. That's kind of what I find in Time Attack, especially. It's just like, hey, I can find all sorts of creative ways to climb up to people.
I think I'm going to do the opposite.
And then it's timing the stabs between shakes and stuff
Yeah,
that I find really difficult.
If you stab when he's shaking, you start him off, right?
Yeah, it'll cancel out your stab animation,
Yeah.
and it will also cost you more stamina. Like, if you do a full charge and complete the stab, you will actually lose less stamina than you would. So, it's beneficial to just, like, sit tight and try to get a full charge, because you can stab longer. Which is something you don't usually learn until, you play it a lot and you start realizing, oh shit, see, that was bad, yeah, and that probably cost me some, but won't matter too much. I can probably get this guy before I fall off. Yeah, sometimes you get lucky in the shakes. I think I can get him. Atta boop!
Yeah.
It's always just kind of silly that those things die from something like an elbow stab. I mean, they're mystical markers, so they're like connected to vital points in the Colossus, which aren't necessarily organic beings. So it makes sense, but it's still kind of silly.
There's a lot, like, I agree with a lot of other Let's Players who play this. I feel like, when I play this myself, I'm gonna feel like such a dick when I'm playing this thing.
Yeah, and that's actually one of the main points of the game, is to make you feel like shit after you kill them. Or, it's speculation from a lot of points, but that's one a lot of people agree upon. A way to take this game is, they send you on this journey for completely selfish reasons. Let's be honest here. You kind of screwed a lot of people over. You stole the sword from your village or whatever. You took the lady. You messed with their bullshit rituals. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of bullshit on their part, too. But they're chasing after you. You're just trying to get this girl back. We don't even know their backstory. We don't know if this girl knew him or not. Although there is evidence to support that she did, that they were lovers or whatever. So, I'm willing to give that. Being way too serious about this.
That's what these games do. These games make you think way into it.
Yeah.
Which I like that in games. Although some games, it's done extremely wrong for me. Like I'll think into it and I'll just be like, why am I thinking into this game?
Yeah, I've been playing Tomb Raider recently, and that's really not a game you think too much about. Especially when you think about the dialogue and how much it sucks sometimes. And like character development. Like you're going around doing like badass things, like running away from more explosions than fucking Nathan Drake on the rigs. And then in the cutscenes, she's like some weak girl lady just like, oh, I hope everyone's okay. You know, like, oh, that was scary. And she's like heaving and stuff. But in the game, gameplay, when you're in control, she's just putting spikes through people's heads left and right. No questions asked. It doesn't really sync up. I mean, I'm sure eventually in the game she will become that, but there's not a gradual ascension to that point at any point.
There's one thing I like about it. I never played Tomb Raider, like, at all. When I first came out. So the new Tomb Raider I never played, but I've seen through it. I do like the whole progression of her never killing, never doing anything like out of the normal for her.
Yeah.
And then like being thrown into this situation. Like you do have an extreme point where it's just like she's scared and helpless, yet like she's forced to go through all this, so she's abiding by it. Yet it's just like, I can just shoot all you people in the head without any remorse.
They try to address it too, and I feel like they could have done a better job though with it though. It's like the first time she starts killing people, she's talking to someone on the radio. It's like I killed someone. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, that must have been so hard for you. She's like, it was actually like, it's scary how easy it was, and I'm like, that's cool, but that's really the only time they really mention it. Like, I think a direction they could have gone with it is that she realizes that she's a killing machine and then has problems with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like she doesn't want to accept that. But I don't think that's the route they're going with it.
But like with that, I feel they got close or to like they got what's one word for it? They did a good job with it. They did good. Like there are so many games out there that try that direction and don't do what they intend. Like Far Cry 3. Main character Jason starts off as a huge man. Like, never killed anyone. Real laid back and like quiet. And then he kills he takes his first victim and he's all like surprised about it, like, oh my god, why did I do this? I killed someone. But then like a few moments later he goes from that mindset to like stone cold, like I'm gonna get revenge, gonna kill Vaz. Like there was no progression.
Right.
Or hardly any. I'm just that was one of the reasons like I didn't feel anything for any of the characters in that game.
Yeah. Now talking about this game for a minute.
Yeah. Completely.
There's fall damage in this game, but it's kind of ridiculous how far you can fall and still be completely fine. Like, I find it kind of hard to die in this game. And not just because I played it a lot. Like, there are times where I'll get hit pretty badly, and it's still, you know, you can upgrade your health bar. As far as I know, you can just keep going until it's off the screen. And,
the horse is not
ridiculous. Nah, he'll always follow you. He's a loyal ass horse.
Follows more than a pony would. But no, yeah, but
especially if I call him.
Like, are you really?
He's made of metal.
Indestructible horse.
Indestructo horse.
No, well, like, yeah, like.
Wait.
Wonder takes a huge hit from like the Colossi, falls extremely far from like on top of their heads, and it's just like, I'm still good.
Pat.
There's another instance.
I like that they have that.
They took the time to add the moment of just one little scene of you patting your horse.
Yep. If you press circle with nothing equipped, you can pat your horse. And then this happens. Oh my gosh! We're gonna have to fight this guy.
Disturbed my slumber.
I
am the king under the mountain.
Next time on Cruise Control, we'll fight this guy and then we'll win. Oh wait, I spoiled the show.